All right, guys, we got a brand new outdoor basketball shoe from the Wade brand. This is the 9th iteration of the Fission line. These are hideous. Hey, what's good, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look at these outdoor potential bad boys right here. This is the Way of Wade Fission 9. It's a very interesting shoe. It's much different than all the other previous kind of Way of Wade shoes. A lot of them have been feeling very much the same. Just like slap something a little bit different on there, like, you know, more durable rubber or a lighter weight build or whatever, but they've all gotten like full length boom and this, that, and the other, and it's all been a lot of monotony. This is not that. So if you were looking for something different, maybe this could be that shoe. I don't like the way that they feel though. So that's one of those things where it's like, ooh, you tried something new and it didn't work. But first off, this is the outsole. This is an outdoor specific shoe, and this is an outdoor specific outsole. There's a ton of rubber on here on top of that. It's full length. I know that it looks like it's split and decoupled. It's actually not. It rides all the way around to the back of the shoe. That's the part that I don't like. That's the part that I think really hurts what they've done here, because what they did do is dope. It's just, it doesn't work as well as it maybe should. As far as the traction is going to perform, I think linear coverage is going to be amazing. Laterally, I'm questioning that, especially if you choose to wear these indoors. Outdoors, I think as long as the court has a surface to it, or not a surface, a texture.
Like a grittiness?
Yeah, like kind of like a tennis court and stuff, like, or depending on the tennis court, obviously. But as long as there's some like texture to the floor, I think that you'll be okay, especially if it's maybe a black top. I think that might be where these perform best. But yeah, the outsole is outdoor specific. And then when you move on up to the cushion, again, that's where they started to do something a little bit different, which I thought was really dope until I put them on and I was like, I can't feel a goddamn thing in this. There's too much rubber. You know what I mean? Especially in the forefoot. So what we have here is actually a split system, sort of. So the boom that you see in pretty much all of the Way of Wade shoes right now is 3/4 length. It actually, I can't ever say that. It's 3/4 length. So almost all the way, but not quite. Like it stops like a little bit. And basically it depicts that right there on the rubber and everything like that. There's a little cutout here in the forefoot, which I think is its only saving grace. It's the only thing that allows the material to move and expand, because everywhere else it's housed in rubber on top of that. Like, it's like, bro, this stuff's got to move a little bit. They really caged it in there to the point where it's muted, like completely, like you can't feel it at all. And then the back half that actually is exposed, which they could have easily have done some boom. There is a little bit of boom exposed. It's right there, that little square. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Wow.
But that heel section that you see is light foam plus, just lightweight EVA. Nothing special. It's firm as hell. It is light, so that's good. But the weight's all in the rubber anyway, so it kind of negates everything.
It happens.
I will say that the torsion feature is dope. It's huge and it covers the entire midfoot. It goes into the forefoot but not under the forefoot. So this area is very similar to, say, like the Tatum 1s, perhaps. Just a little bit, you know what I mean? The 34s, like that eclipse plate type of thing. Obviously no hole right in the middle, which I've done before too. But yeah, so that is kind of like reminiscent of that. And again, it's a cool feature. It just really doesn't need to be there when there's all that rubber and stuff. So just a lot of stiffness and rigidity. Essentially, these are going to take a long time to break in. The upper is really interesting though, because there's a ton of different materials and textures. Every colorway is going to be a little bit different. This one is, I think maybe that's what it is. The colorway is just hideous. You like these?
I do like the colorway.
I like the pink and the blue, but like, why is that cream color there?
I like it.
Nah, I don't like it. It's weird with the brown bottoms.
I really like the little random patch on the side.
That thing?
Yeah, the little friendship bracelet.
Really? Did you like it on the Craft 4s?
It doesn't bother me.
What about you? Because I know that you guys,
I know they don't like it.
Yeah, I know that they complain about that
but
patch.
But this is a friendship bracelet patch.
You made me this friendship bracelet.
Well, the materials are textile for the most part, but this top section is super hardcore. Like it feels almost like a really tight knit or woven, almost like a ballistic mesh, but really like strong. So that's interesting. I wish that that was on the sides and that the side panel material was actually on the toe. That would have been, I think, a little bit better, because that stiffness of the upper plus the stiffness of the outsole, that really big like cup sole in the forefoot, doesn't make me want to play in them. I like walked around and I was like, what the, nah. I feel like I'm wearing 2x4s. The midfoot section is very interesting. I really like it. We got plastic eye stays, which is cool. So I really fuck with this. The Flywire-esque cables that are here in the back are additional, so you don't need them. But in case you did, they are there, so you can always use them. It'll just kind of draw your heel a little bit more into the back of the foot and everything. I do really like the heel counter. I love it when they do that with their logos. It's not just Wade brand, but Anybody that does something cool like this, I really do dig it. I will say that some of the colors do work together. I just think that the cream upper is like throwing me off. The tongue itself is gusseted. It's probably my favorite part about the shoe, which sounds so weird to say because tongues are usually whatever, you know what I mean? But this one right here is microfiber. It actually reminds me a lot of the GT Cut 3s. Damn near the same exact from top to bottom. So even all the way at the top here where it's like the microfiber thin looking liner, thank goodness they stopped doing that in the plastic. Like that was awful. It would cut the out of your ankles. Doing it with a softer material like this, much better decision. And just in case you guys were wondering, this is the insole. It's actually not too bad. It's a very thick insole on top of that. However, if you wanted to take it out and switch it out for anything else, you could. It's not glued down or anything. So you could try it out if you were interested in the shoe. And then if you didn't like it, you can take it out, put in whatever you want. As far as the fit is concerned, they do fit true to size. So whatever you typically wear, that's what I would order. I will say I am kind of surprised with how narrow they were, mainly because it's a Chinese branded shoe and typically they're built a little bit wider for their audience and stuff, but the Way of Wade brand is really doing a hardcore US push. So if you were interested in grabbing something from the Wade brand, they have their Wade, or I shouldn't say Wade, they have their US website, which is shop.wayofwade.com. A plug. But yeah, going true to size, you should be good to go. Just know that they are very narrow. They're actually tapered like as much as you see. So they fit really close to the top of your foot. Once they break in, again, that upper should be good. I'm just really concerned about the cup sole and not being able to feel any of the cool cushion that they actually put in there. But with that being said, that pretty much takes care of it for these guys. Again, this is the Way of Wade Fission 9, the 9th iteration of their Fission line. If I were to recommend these, I would actually recommend the last one, the 8s. I thought that those were great. This one right here, not as much of a bad boy as I would have hoped. But sound off below and let us know what you think about them in the comment section. We would love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We greatly appreciate it. We will catch y'all on the next one. So until then, have a good one.
When it comes to foot shape, I wish I had sent you this picture, but it was a side-by-side and it was of two corpses. And it was just the bottom of their feet, so like that's all you could see. And it showed like what we have done as a society to our feet, fitting them into shoes versus like what people's feet used to look like.
Well, I already knew all that because I follow the Foot Collective.
No, I know. It was just an
Instagram.
interesting picture. And I'm sure it was like a worst case scenario as far as what people's feet look like now.
That's the agenda.
The sensationalizing. Oh, wow, I butchered that.
You did, it's fine. But yeah, they always show you like the most like extreme.
Yeah.
And they like to like really blame Nike and stuff like that. And I'm just like, guys, there's so many brands out here that's just like, it's not just them. You know
It was
what I
just
mean?
crazy how the gal, the way their toes like really sloped and like
Or crunched.
mangled while
Yeah.
the other person's foot was like pretty like flat across the top, like all the toes.
Well, I think
lined
that proper foot health is very important, especially if you're an athlete, but it's something still so new that a lot of people don't know about it. But there are certain things and certain studies where these tight, suffocating fitting shoes for performance are good for performance. And when your toes are bound, you get more spring and more grip and more mobility and all that stuff, but you're not supposed to be like that all the time.
Right.
And that, I think, is the main thing, is that us as a society have gotten so used to wearing stuff for fashion and not stuff for function. And it goes from performance footwear all the way down to like what you guys wear, like with heels, and even menswear, like with the pointed dress shoes and stuff like that. And even then, those you're not supposed to get in your true size.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get them a little bit longer because your toes don't go all the way to that point. Otherwise, you end up with that boat-shaped grandma foot that I talked about in some video. I think it was the Fear of Gods.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not just Nike. It's like everybody. You know what I mean? Like they're all using these weird shaped lasts, and everybody's always like, why don't they make a foot-shaped basketball shoe? And it's for the performance function side of things. You will slide around in that shoe
And get some horrible blisters.
you'll get some crazy ass blisters. You could break a metatarsal. You can roll your ankle and really tear up some ligaments. You don't want that for performance. That's okay for running, but not for basketball, not for lateral movements. You know what I mean? So it really depends on like what it is. But yeah, so you're supposed to wear different shit. Like you don't wear this casually. We're not even supposed to wear our retros casually, but nobody wants to wear foot-shaped shoes. Like, you know, like Birkenstocks are ugly.
Shut the front door.